finally had my garden at a state that was just dreamy and romantic and wonderful, what books would I want to be reading in that space? This is part 2 in my recommending books that have a garden theme. On my channel, I have been introducing a lot of my adventure into farming, flower farming, and gardening. I have gardened over the years. One of the things that I've always dreamed about is having my own sort of English country cottage garden. I've got a cup of tea, I've got my laid back chair, I kick my feet up. What am I going to read? Here are some books that I've collected together that I would love to share with you that I think are wonderful garden reading books. The first one is Rebecca. I will recommend Rebecca until the cows come home because this is a wonderful little book. But there is also a garden in Rebecca. There's the whole Hidden Valley thing where the former lady of the house created this beautiful secret kind of garden that you come over the hill and all of the bluebells and everything is flowering. Like, it's got your garden in there, but it's also got your drama about a woman who marries a man who's got he's a widower, and his ex-wife, his dead wife, she died mysteriously, and she might be haunting the place, and it's exciting, and it's a lovely, dark, gothic little tale with also beautiful gardens. Daphne du Maurier just knows how to write nature, and I love her for that. In the same kind of vein, this one always gets recommended in tandem, and that is Dragonwyck. This is sort of an American alternative. This is about a woman who ends up marrying a man who owns a big place, and there are secrets in that place. And I remember just thoroughly enjoying this. Now, it is not as good as Rebecca. Nothing could be. But it has that same sort of feel, that same romantic feel. The man is kind of keeping something from me. I want to know what he's trying to hide. All of that. Also, there's a steamboat chase, and I thought that was like the coolest thing. So that would be so fun to read in a garden. The thing about garden reading is I feel like I would constantly be distracted and just putting my book down and looking at those gorgeous flowers, listening to the bees hum, listening to the birds chirping. So some of these I have picked because they are put downable in that you can breathe with them. The Chilbury Ladies Choir was a lovely little book that I read for my music book club. This is a World War II novel about a little English village, and it's about, well, the people who are left behind are the older people and the younger people. And the older people form a choir. They want to bring joy and community back into the village, and it is lovely. It is about all the people who are in the choir and how their lives intertwine and are related, and it's just, this was a lovely little book. I think I need to reread this one because it is so heartwarming. The Irish Country Doctor. This was a fun one. Okay, so this is a series that is long. Like, you can go into a bookstore and you will find an entire shelf dedicated to the series. I have only read one of the books, and that's the first one, and I remember really liking it. It is a wholesome story. It is about a man who seeks to become a doctor. He moves to Northern Ireland, and it's just him proving himself to all the country folk and the doctor in which he becomes an assistant to, and it's lovely, and this would be a wonderful one to read outside. All you Victoria Speedwell stands, have you heard of Amelia Peabody? Because I think Amelia Peabody is the pre-Veronica. So Veronica Speedwell, she is a lepidologist, a butterfly scientist, and So she's got that academic bent to her. This is about Amelia Peabody, who is an Egyptologist. If you love the Egyptology angle to things, she is your gal. She is the academic, and I will use the same word for Veronica and Amelia. Indomitable. They are just women who know what they want, they know what they know, and they're going to tell you what they know. This is about Amelia who goes to Egypt, and there's a whole, I think, murder mystery, and she meets this wonderful man that she kind of like has a bit of a thing for, but she doesn't have a thing for, but she has a little bit of a thing for. And this, the one thing that I would say that sets this apart from the Veronica Speedwell series is that these are super funny. There's a lot of physical humor in it, like, you know, people tripping and falling out. And Amelia is very funny in a dry sort of a sense. She is wonderful. And I have a lot of the other books. There's a whole running series. I think I'm on, what one am I on? Lion in the Valley, which I think is the third book. And I'm set to read that one this year. I want to read that one this year. But this is the first one, Crocodile on the Sandbank. And would love to read this in my garden. The Thursday Murder Club series. You've probably heard a million people talk about it, so I'm not going to tell you too much, but it is a group of retirees set in a retirement community, and they solve murders together. There's 4 of them. My favorite is Joyce. I absolutely adore her, and it's just, I think they're on the 4th book now. It is by Richard Osman. He's a comedian, and so they're funny, but they have that English country murder feel to them, and they're just lovely. The characters, just wonderful. This would be a great one to read outdoors. Some fantasy. This one was a treasure of a find. This one is called Summers at Castle Auburn. Now, I found this at my library. I think this is one that you're either going to have to order special or you're going to have to find in the ancient section of the library, and it hasn't been checked out since 1995, but that is okay because this is a lovely, slow little coming of age story about a girl who goes to this castle, Auburn, and the thing that I remember the most about it is it's about how when you perceive things as a child and then you grow up and you see them in a different light, that things were not exactly how you saw them. And I think that is the part that I really adored about this book. And my last recommendation is a book called Entwined. This is a fairy tale retelling of one of my favorite fairy tales, The 12 Dancing Princesses. This, I remember just being so engaged with it. I don't think I rated it very highly, but I remember the feeling that it gave me. The main character's name is Azalea, so let's name him after a flower. I just remember the writing to be slow and beautiful, and it is one of those books that you could easily just put down, enjoy your flowers, look at the bees on the sunflowers, look at the bees on the lavender, oh look, a butterfly, and then pick my book up and read a couple more pages, and then oh, a bird, a robin, I love that. So this is that type of book that you probably could be interrupted, and that's okay. Find an outdoor space in these warmer months, curl up with one of these books, and just enjoy nature. We'll see you again soon. My name is Karen. I am the Book Libronaut. Bye.